If you're applying for a marriage-based green card in 2025, there are major updates that you need to know because small mistakes can lead to big consequences.
Hello, my name is Natalie Driver Womack, and I'm an immigration attorney with over 10 years of experience helping families navigate the U.S. immigration system. So today, I would like to walk you through the process or through the changes that have happened with the marriage-based green card since 2025. In walking through this process, we had a video in the past that used the mnemonic of love to talk about the green card process. I would like to use that same mnemonic and tell you about the key factors that I would like you to be very aware of. So the acronym for LOVE, it was L is for the legal requirements, and that'll set out exactly what the requirements are. O is for the official paperwork and filing. V is a verification, the interview, and E is what do you expect after. And then finally, I will tell you tips to process this successfully. Okay, so L, legal requirements. What is a marriage-based green card? So a marriage-based green card allows a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident to sponsor their spouse per permanent residency. It is the most common way that a family can go through the immigration process, but it is the most scrutinized. So now we'll walk through the various ways that it has changed and become even more scrutinized over this last administration. So the first thing that we'll do is we'll talk about the O, the official paperwork and filing. So the first document, of course, that you would file is your I-130. What to notice here is that there is stronger language regarding fraud. Any form of marriage fraud will be followed up with an NTA, which is a notice to appear, which may lead in deportation. The Form I-485, it was updated in a new edition. It is mandatory as of April 3rd, 2025. You have a new form for the I-129F, and that was in effect of May 1st, 2025. Also know that with your filing fees, you have to make sure that they are separate for each form that you are filing. And as of January 22nd, 2025, the COVID-19 vaccination is no longer required for the Form I-693. Now, with your medical exam, make sure that you are connecting with a doctor who is approved on the Department of State or the USCIS websites. Now, we're going to move on to the verification. The verification is dealing with to determine whether or not there is a bona fide marriage through the interview process or the information that you submitted. There is a strict level of scrutiny here. The USCIS is placing increased emphasis on providing authenticity of a marriage. You'll need to prove strong evidence of joint bank accounts, leases, insurance. You're going to also have to have wedding and family photos. And if you have text messages or call logs, that is greatly helpful to show that connection between you and your spouse. Also, any sworn affidavits from family and friends. And if you are living apart, you can still prove a bona fide marriage, but your evidence will be critical. Now, there is also a return to mandatory interviews. During the last administration, the interviews were waived if you had a strong proof process with your submission. However, now look to see more interviews, if not all interviews. And also note that this will take longer for the interview to actually be called, and that gives us more time for preparation because you will want to. There's something called the Stokes interview, and that is where they will separate the two spouses and interview them separately. So you have to prepare well. Now we'll move on to E, the expectation. After you submitted, what do you have to look forward to, or what is your wait time? So the Form I-130 and the I-485 are taking an average of 16 months to process. And the F2A, the category, the visa backlogs are causing further delays. These changes affect you in real ways because you may also get an RFE. An RFE is a request for additional evidence to additionally prove your case. You may also, if there is a denial, get an NTA, which is a notice to appear, and that could result in deportation. Now, this process is not just legal, it's emotional, it's financial, and it's personal, and I understand that. So we'd like to give you some helpful hints in trying to navigate this process. And the first one is always be thoroughly prepared. You shouldn't be scared, but you should always be prepared. Know what you're going into. Have strong, sound evidence. If you need to do a FOIA request, which is a Freedom of Information to Act request, so that you know what the government has on you, definitely I say that you should do that. You should also work with very competent professionals to lead you through this immigration process. And also stay self-informed. Get yourself on mailing lists. Know the information that's happening as it happens, the new updates so that you are aware. Now, this marriage-based green green card is still possible, but the bar is higher than ever. And if you have questions, please definitely feel free to give us a call, and we're absolutely happy to help. And we'd like to help you navigate you through this journey with confidence.